just amazing you are with everything that you do. Let me tell you that right
Oh
now.
yeah, tell me that now as I'm moving around trying to turn my lights on.
I'm just like, oh my goodness, my producer extraordinaire, you never cease to amazing, like how fantastic you are. Last drop of the hat, 2 seconds to go, and I'm telling you, this woman is superhero, superwoman. She literally like is diving forward and doing so many different things at the same time. So, how do I sound today, producer extraordinaire?
I I don't think I'd ever hear the sound of you from you. I mean, do you understand how good you sound right now?
Do I? I can't even hear myself. That's the only drawback. But maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
If you Well, we'll get the headset issue going down, first for you when we figure that out. But
Well,
my extreme
happy
apologies.
happy Saturday. I love seeing your nerdy side of you. It's so amazing. Look
Oh,
at you.
my
You're so
glasses on. Yeah, I just got new glasses because I stepped on my other ones.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Can you tell me about that story? How did you step on them? Like what happened?
So it was my cousin passed one of his like other courses that he needed to for him to get his radiology certification and all that stuff. So he was up here in Texas, and it was his last night. And so
Mhm.
my 18-year-old and above, so 18, 19, and 21 nieces and nephews came out, and we hung out and had, for the ones that are old enough, we had sippy sips. And then me being the clumsy person that I am, forgot that I put my glasses on my purse. So I moved my purse, dropped the glasses, turned to pivot, and then crunch. So that's what happened.
Oh my goodness, girl. Well, I am so sorry to hear that, but your new look, it's fantastic. Let me say that.
Well, I gotta tell you, today was such an amazing day. So as you know, I'm working on a special project,
Yes.
and let's just say the walkthrough went hella long. So
Yeah.
um,
But it's amazing time. So happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to everyone who's tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I love you guys. Man, this has been quite a week. But I'm just so happy that every single week you guys never fail to show up and show your support and just be amazing as you are. So today we have a packed show. I really want you guys to stick around. We have so much value to provide. We have actually not just one, we have two guests and they're amazing. So I definitely want you guys to stick around to get all the golden nuggets you'll hear today. So I'll get right to it. Let's just roll in the intro
intro.
and yeah, and start for it. Okay.
Okay, let's do.
Let's go. Hey y'all, welcome to my corner. This is your girl Raquel, aka Raki. Step into our world of connections where I'm a proud Hounds of Business Pack leader, which is a community of entrepreneurs committed to sharing positivity, growing together, and never forgetting to inject some fun. Get to know amazing people in this safe space, so come and join me in my connection corner.
Ooh, oh girl, I've got
Ooh,
music in my ears every time I hear
yay.
this.
I mean, I love it all the time. I just love this intro. It just gets me, like I said, it sets me in the mood. It's amazing. So, anyhow, well, I just wanted to show, like I said, my appreciation for all those individuals who are showing up this afternoon. So today's at 4 p.m. I know some people are already like ready, getting ready to go out to dinner, getting ready for the night. But just get some time to actually listen to what we have to say today because, like I said, our show is really packed. So I'm going to get right into our sponsors for the show.
Let's
How
do this,
about that?
girl.
Who is our first one?
Oh,
Ah.
this random needy baby, greedy baby that we're so used to.
Oh my gosh. So this is our main person, like I call him our main person, but our leader, our alpha is Mr. Mike Asherbanner. And every Wednesday he has his Hounds of Business happy hour. So if you guys haven't heard who the hounds are, where have you been? Like seriously, we're a community, we're a very thriving community of different, just individuals from different industries. And we're looking to grow together, to nurture one another and just it's an engaging community. And I just love how everything is really led with love, with kindness, and of all respect. And we do cross collaborate. We do so many of these things, and one of the clear examples today, right? How we're having one of our own hounds doing amazing things out in the world. So y'all get to hear about that. But yes, Mr. Mike Asherbanner, if you pro business mechanics, so hit him up if you have any questions. He's an amazing individual. And who is our next one?
Our next guest of honor would be, oh, I don't know, me. Okay, so just so everyone understands, like, so I was running long and I had to turn on the platform to stream in the car, and then I ran upstairs. And so it's a fun thing to do, live streams. But you know what? It doesn't always have to be live. You can always do pre-recorded content. You can always just focus on short form content, whatever it is that you need for your personal brand, your business brand. That is what Brilliant Bee Media is all about. And I'm a huge advocate of all ships rising with the tide, much like a beacon of light. If everyone shares their own beacon of light with others, it just makes the beam that much brighter and more brilliant. So that's Brilliant Bee Media.
Ching, ching. We still don't have that sound, do you?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. Oh, wait, not that one.
No,
Okay, there you
no.
go.
That one? Okay. All right. So we're doing that one today. All right. Well, our next sponsor, an amazing individual. Her name is Janice Shokran and Tausi Brands. As you see it back here, amazing with the lighting, my lighting today. But she's so amazing with what she came up with. That really, one of our guests today actually, worked with her, and they shot so many commercials, so many, just amazing. Again, the beauty of collaboration. But Janice for Tausi Brand actually shot a commercial with one of our guests today, which is Tracy, and it's just the beauty of the power that we are injecting into the world that is coming out from this community. It's amazing. So Janice has it's a pillowcase. I know people will
It's
confuse it with a
technically a
pillow.
pillowcase, but
It's
it
a
has
pillow.
lumbar and neck
Mhm.
support.
Yes, and it has been life changing for so many individuals, especially those individuals who are elderly, right? Because they suffer from so much posture problems, so many different things, right? Especially when they're in these facilities, they're at home, and I know Tracy will speak more about that later in the show. But I just wanted to let you know, Janice, we love you. Thank you so much for the wonderful things you're doing for the world, and my girls say, I love you.
And just full disclosure, yes, it is caregiving is like a really big segment for senior homes and for our elders. But you guys, this is so good for traveling. So for those that are like business warriors, it folds up really easily. And like I said, this is just an additional pill that you can have to adjust, but it's got a U-shaped neck. So how many times have we been on planes where you're caught like going right? Like it has that neck support, so you don't snore. So just throwing that up there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that, like I said, it's amazing things that are happening, and Tazi brands are helping. So, our next one is Duko Wear by Mr. Kofi Duhaji. Shout out to you. You're probably driving to San Antonio right now, but he's in Texas, so we're all waiting to get together to have like a big friends blast. So, shout out to you and your amazing, amazing activewear. If y'all haven't checked out his website, y'all need to. Seriously, just because it's amazing. So I am the envy of the town. Well, not anymore, I guess, because Syya yet?
Yeah,
No?
has not arrived yet. I have been denied those beautiful, gorgeous turquoise choosies right there. So,
Yes. So, this right here, as you can see, I am the envy of the town because of
dude, so
beautiful
cool.
shoes, as you guys
That's
can
so cool.
see. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I see it. I have yet to wear them, Syya. Like, I really don't want to wear them because they're so beautiful.
I
And
know.
I can't wait. Maybe I'll get some more pairs in the way.
Well, he has different colors. He has a
He
black
does.
and gray one and silver one, and but he
Yes.
asked me, and I go, no, 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 I want the turquoise. I
Yes.
want that one.
It's super stands out. And then the clothing, the activewear
Oh,
comfortable. I cannot
I
wait.
cut you off by accident.
I
Sorry.
see, but it's okay. I let you have that because you're my
Sorry.
producer extraordinaire.
I know. I'm so bad. I am so bad. I'm so bad to you. I know, but you love me. All right. So why don't we remove that one? And if you want to, let's let's
Hmm.
get let's get Tracy on and let's get going. You cool?
Oh, we're gonna get Jordan.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
Jordan
Jordan. Jordan
first.
first. Sorry.
Yeah.
See, what do I know?
It's okay. I get you. I understand. All right, y'all. So this is one of our special guests today. Her name is Jordan Curley, and she has a fantastic message. I want to give out a shout out first to Kat Downen. She is the one who actually introduced us to Jordan and her fantastic program. So I definitely want you guys to listen in and to what she has to say because it's an amazing cause. So shout out to everybody. Pull up in the comments. Kat Downen. Thank you so much. She's actually restreaming this from her profile. And thank you so much for the support. So, Jordan, welcome.
Hey Raquel, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and just super excited for everything that you have to say. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what you do, which is exciting.
Yeah. So I am an animation producer, and I currently have one show in the works, and I have a new show that I'm actually here to talk about, and it's called Kelly and Friends. And it is the first kids show to feature a child that has Down syndrome as the main character. So one thing I think that a lot of people would find surprising is the fact that 26% or 1 in 4 people in the United States have a disability, but in media, only 3.1% of characters have a disability. And in kids' media, it's less than 1%. And our show aims to change that. So, to meet more of those requirements that we actually have in the real world of having a quarter or more of our cast in the show be kids that have special needs. So, we have kids from all walks of life. Like I said, our main character, Kelly, he has Down syndrome. We have a little girl with autism. We have a little boy who is born without his legs and he has ADHD, and people coming from all over the world as well. So, yeah, I'm excited to let you guys know more about the show and what we're doing and kind of how this all came about as well.
Well, first of all, let me tell you that I commend you. It's admirable what you're doing because that representation needs to change, right? We all come in different forms, flavors, colors, however you want to say it, however you define it. And let me tell you, when I got on that talk with you and that call with you, just to hear your passion on the other side of the line, I was floored. I was like, oh my gosh, she has to come on and we have to speak about this so that, support a great cause because what's better than supporting children? Children are the future. They're our
Exactly.
future. And for those who have kids, you'll understand that this is such a special topic that we definitely want to get behind. And that they're the future. Absolutely. Like, I just love everything that you have going on and the education portion of it. So if you'd like to tell us a little bit more about Kelly and Friends, I
Yeah.
would love it. You can pull it up.
Definitely. So Kelly and Friends is based off of a book series called Kelly and Kelso. And Kelly and Kelso was written by a guy named Jordan Burke. And Jordan was the main caretaker for his uncle for 14 years. And his uncle was Kelly. And like I said, Kelly has Down syndrome, and he was actually a real man. He and Jordan were absolutely best friends during those 14 years, and while Jordan was a child as well. And one thing that Jordan realized whenever they'd go out, because obviously being a caretaker for someone for that long, it's more than just simply a caretaker. It's a full relationship, right? They would go out to the movies. They'd hang out with friends together. Jordan would, of course, help with it with regular life things like getting changed, eating food, that sort of thing. But when they were in public, Jordan realized that there were two ways that kids would interact with his uncle. Either one, stare, and parents would quickly usher them away and tell their kid to stop staring. Or two, kids would come up and ask questions. Hey, why is this guy that you're hanging out with so different? Why does he maybe act more like a kid and less like an adult? And because Kelly himself was nonverbal, Jordan was able to be the voice for Kelly. And he was able to educate these kids a little bit about Down syndrome. And he realized, listen, I'm only going to have a very brief interaction with these kids and these families. I want to have a way where I can point them to a resource. Hey, you guys should check out this show or this book series. And, it'll teach you a little more about Down syndrome. But he realized there was nothing out there that was doing that. So he decided to make his own book series, and that's the Kelly and Kelso series. And once he had that series going, he got so much good feedback from people in the Down syndrome community, whether they themselves had Down syndrome or they were a parent or family member of someone with Down syndrome. They were saying, thank you so much for this representation that you've given my child. And while Jordan made the book series for neurotypical kids to teach them about it, he realized that he was doing so much for the people that were living this every single day that he saw the need to do this for different types of conditions and abilities. So he branched out his book series, and the third book in the series of Kelly and Kelso introduces us to one of Kelly's friends named Gentili, and she has vitiligo. And you can see right here in the picture that you have pulled up, the little girl to the
Yes.
right of Kelly. Kelly's in the middle. Gentili's
Yes.
to the right. And she was the first in the book series, and she is the first to branch out from just simply someone that has Down syndrome. And so with the show, the idea is that we're not only showing special needs children, children who, were maybe born with a condition or maybe have something mentally or physically wrong with them, but then also any kids that would be considered different. Because
Yes.
if there's one thing that we know, kids are ignorant, but it's not their fault. It's just because they haven't lived as long as an adult, right?
Yes.
So with the show, we really want to help kids understand that yes, there are children who are different from them. Yes, that's okay to be different. Let's go ahead and celebrate those differences so that when they interact with people in the real world, they're not the kid who's staring and parents are ushering them away. They're the kid who's
Absolutely.
engaging. They're the kid who's saying, "Hey, come play with me and my friends. Hey, come on out with us. Hey, like they're able to form more of a community with these children." And so in the show, our kids all have their stuffed animals, and their stuffed animals come to life.
Yes.
And through their stuffed animals, that's how they're able to learn love, joy, peace, patience, acceptance, kindness, self control. And the whole idea is that we can help kids to be more inclusive of others who are different from them so that when they grow up to be adults, when they grow up to be decision makers, politicians, teachers, family members, that
Yes.
they are more inclusive. Because I think people would be really surprised once you actually get into the special needs community, or once you actually start to understand people who are different, that not a lot of people strive to understand where they come from or what their life circumstances are, or they
Right.
just simply push them aside, or we don't need to look at that. uh, and it's really awful. And we actually had so we have a new partnership. Did I tell you about this?
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I don't think so. So go ahead and give the
No.
premiere. Yay! I'm
So we
excited.
have a new partnership. We actually haven't announced this anywhere. This is the first time that this is going public, so you have the exclusive.
Yay.
We are officially partnered with the Omnium Circus, and the Omnium Circus is the first circus of its kind to be completely inclusive. So more than a quarter of their cast have some sort of a different ability, whether it's someone who's in a wheelchair, someone who's blind, someone who has Down syndrome. More than a quarter of their cast are people that would identify with being in the special needs community. And what's really cool is they're able to help us tell the stories of people, the life experiences of people in that community, because I personally don't have any special needs associated with myself. I don't want to tell someone else's story for them. Jordan Burke, our creator of the series, doesn't want to tell other people's stories for them. We want to make sure that we're telling them accurately. And so our new partnership that we have with Omnium will really make sure that we're able to do that from a whole bunch of life experiences, which I'm
Well,
super excited about.
well, that deserves an applause. So, Miss Syya, take it away. Let
You
me
know
tell
I
you,
live for that. I
she
live for
was
this.
so eager to just hit that. She's like, "Okay, let me see when am I gonna do that?" But yes, because around here we really like to celebrate these types of things. And like I said, I commend you for what you're doing. The job and the it's a job, but the passion that you have, it really is. It's so palpable. Like I'm just like, I love it. That's what when I heard you the other day, I was like, I cannot wait to work with you. I cannot wait to, shed light on what's going on. And I thank Kat Down and thank you so much for literally like bringing us together
Yeah,
because
thank you,
it's so
Kat.
amazing and just the possibilities are endless. So, y'all, really, if find out a little bit more about Jordan, how can people get in touch with you? How can they find out more about the program?
Yeah, so you can go ahead. Right now, we have a Kickstarter happening, and we're also looking for people that would be interested for private investment. So you can reach out to me, Jordan Curley, which you can see my name on the screen. You can reach out to me at jordan@jordancurley.com. You can also go to Kickstarter and just look up Kelly and Friends. And through that, you'll be able to donate. I mean, we are literally anyone and everyone. $1, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you for helping support our cause. If you want to be an executive producer, that's a $1,500 credit. We have the ability to be a voice in the show. So for 500, you can be a voice in an upcoming episode. So there's lots of opportunity to get involved and help make sure that this is a message that we can spread to our children, to our communities, worldwide. I didn't even tell you the books. The books have already gone worldwide. So the main stuffed animal in our book is Professor Kelso Koala,
I
and
love
he's
that.
from
I love
Australia.
koalas.
Yeah, he has an Australian accent, and I saw someone earlier in the comments who was like, "Oh, I'm tuning in from Australia,"
Oh
um,
my
and
gosh.
yeah, we've actually gotten feedback from a school in Australia that said that they incorporated the book series into their curriculum, and we've heard from a lot of schools from various places in the United States and outside of the United States that are already embracing the book series, and we want to
Yes.
help bring that into every community. So
Every
not just the book
corner,
series, but
every
the show.
school,
Yes,
everywhere, because again, you're taking it from a standpoint of education and an educative perspective, and we can all learn from this. It doesn't matter if you're a child. I mean, everyone, and young and old, can learn from this because it is for a good cause. So I urge everyone, please, please, please reach out and support Kelly and Friends, support everything, the message that is actually behind it. We probably know somebody, who lives with some sort of physical, intellectual, or even psychological disability, right? And we just think of all the care that that person has to go through, plus, and also the education that the caregivers have to receive.
yeah,
So this aspect, we're teaching young children, we're teaching everyone to be kind, to spread joy for individuals who come in different colors and different flavors and different forms, and to embrace that difference. So what better message than the way you're doing it? I think it's so beautiful. And it's just like, I'll like literally, like, I cried after I got off your call, with the call with you, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is beautiful. It's such it speaks to the type of legacy that you'll leave, because it's not just a feeling, it's all the lives that you're
right.
impacting through the beautiful messages that you're sending. So everyone, please connect with Jordan. Please follow Kelly and Friends. Please connect, and just, if it's in your heart, whatever it is that you can give, donate your time. If you can donate, just spread the word, share. There's a QR code. You have me, you have Kat Downen, you have so many individuals who are going to back you up on this. You have the entire community of the hounds. So how does that feel, knowing that that your effort now is a little bit more visible, but that we got you. We're gonna get this message pushed across. We
Yeah.
love it.
That's awesome, and thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who's watching right now too, because, like you said, even if someone can't monetarily give, let's just spread the word. Let's just get it
Yes.
out there, because if there's one life that we can change through this, if there's one community that we could change through it, that's the whole goal. That's the whole purpose here, is to change lives, literally for the better.
Yes.
And it's something that I think a lot of kids media is missing out on. I think there's a lot of fantastic children's media out there right now, but it needs to be more inclusive than it currently is, right? Like, we see a smidge. Our society's heading in the right direction, but we need to keep pushing. We need to keep being inclusive, especially of these communities that unfortunately a lot of times are just completely overlooked.
Yes, and I think you said two key words there: community and inclusivity. Those definitely are two of the defining words that we use in our community. Therefore, this message really resonates with us. So, everyone, I'm over here making a pledge, a promise. I will help as much as I can, rally around you in this cause. And this is not the last time we'll hear from you, or about Kelly's and Friends. Okay, so just know that you're welcome here, and we're going to continue doing this because we believe in your message. We believe in what we're sending to the world and educating. So thank you so much, Jordan.
Thank you,
Eh,
Raquel.
anything that we could do for you, please give us a shout out. And people in the comments are already saying, man, we love this. So the representation matters. Like, how
It does.
beautiful, guys. So please, everyone, I instantly you connect with Jordan, and just spread the positivity, spread more joy, and just because that's what we're about, and that's what's in our hearts. So anyhow, we'll see you again. I promise you, we'll see you again. You'll hear more from Jordan in the next coming shows. But for the meantime, I want to thank you for your time. You've been so gracious. Last drop of a hat, you were
Thank
like, yes, I'm
you.
there. So thank you so much. Any parting words that you'd like to say?
um, I just want to say that if you're watching this currently and you have a family member or a friend, you yourself have a disability, you're seen, you're loved, you're heard. Let's do this for you. Let's do this for your loved one. Let's do this for your family members.
Oh my gosh. And with that, y'all, thank you so much, Jordan. You wait for us in a little bit of backstage, and we'll be right with you. Oh my gosh, like I'm holding back tears. I saw Randy was saying I would cry at a leaf turning.
You kind of do. And I'm not going to like judge or anything like that, but I do want to add, you guys, do want to point out QR code exists for a reason. Please, 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 everybody, scan it. All you gotta do is just put your phone on the camera mode, and it will automatically pick it up. And if you could, like,
See,
forward that to a friend or whatever, everything and anything matters. So
yes.
appreciate it, guys.
There we go.
Um,
There we go. I was showing. I was demonstrating how it's done.
And then I have the big one. I also have a little one in the corner. So you guys, I'll leave that up there for now.
Leave it.
And we'll leave that off to the side there as we go, because there are other QR codes that we need to promote that we didn't get to. So
Yeah, it's okay. It's just because we have so much value to give you guys today. So I'm so excited. One thing I wanted to say before we move on to our next wonderful guest is the growth of this show, the growth of the effort. And it's not only Rocky's Corner, right? It's just how everybody else is also pushing to do so many great things in the world. And I'm just so excited. I cannot even say, like, for example, take one of our hounds, right? He is just fantastic in what he's doing. He's taking LinkedIn by storm. If you want to put up the graphic up there, shout out to you. I saw you in the comments earlier, Dr. Brian Sagrade. Yay. You can applause there because he started. So, congratulations to you, Dr. Brian. I mean, fellow Texan, I can't say much about you except that you're just amazing. He started his own business a little bit over a week ago, and my God, he's hit the ground running. But that speaks to the value that you're bringing to this community, the value that you're bringing to the platform, social media in general, but also it's just the heart. And I know he said that Kofi Duhaja just showed up at his door, so
I
I'm like,
know.
y'all
I'm like,
have fun. I'm so
those two.
upset. They're
I'm
gonna
like,
have. Mhm.
no, I'm like, okay, go. He's like, we should take a selfie. I'm like, well, hurry up and send it my way. I can always pull it up. Send it
Yes,
to us. You too.
yes. Send us a selfie, and we're gonna be jealous together, I guess, because I would love to be there. And I told Kofi, he's like, I'm heading to San Antonio. I was like, why didn't you say anything? I would have gone. It's only 3 hours from here, so it's worth it. Anytime that I can spend with fellow Aggies, I'm like, yes, I'm there. But anyhow,
Oh,
Dr. Brian, congratulations again. You're amazing. Continue doing the amazing things that you're doing in the world. We love you so much. Our community embraces you and wishes you nothing but the best. We love you.
mwah.
So, I also wanted to shout out. I was talking to a friend this morning about just how everything is with job opportunities, right? And you see other businesses flourishing, you see a lot of opportunities being opened, yet you have some other individuals who are shifting gears and wanting to do something different, that they're out in the market again. And so I wanted to shout out one of my friends, and this is him. I love him, and Jonathan Kimbrough. He's open to work. He's looking for another opportunity, and he's an amazing human being. What a story. My gosh. Like, he is a single father of four beautiful children. Okay. So you guys know that I'm already vibing with him and I respect him. He's also military. So he served our country. And thank you so much for your service, Jonathan. I appreciate you. You're amazing. And so, everyone, hire this human. He has a lot of experience in the manufacturing industry, but he's open to anything and is willing to relocate he's open to many things. Remember, he has 4 babies to feed. So anybody who's out there who's a recruiter watching the show, Kevin, hello. uh, just please reach out. And if you don't have his information, but it's right there in front of your screen, just reach out to me and I'll make sure that I connect you both. But he's an amazing individual. And we just want to make sure that everybody's taken care of as much as we can. And just talk to our network. So thank you, Jonathan. I love you. I know you're in the comments as well. And I wish you the best in the next few days. And we're going to continue we're going to continue being in touch. So, oh my gosh, y'all. Come on, network. I summoned you.
I
I mean, you've had some stories, right, that you wanted to share?
I don't know. I'm so like overwhelmed by all the things that we were like promoting for today because it's so much and so many amazing people. And so, Jonathan, actually, what a perfect segue actually is Tracy was texting. She goes, I think I already have a lead. So, why don't we pull Tracy up?
Yes. Yes, Tracy. She was like back. You see, this is the power of network, right? Tracy is our guest, but she already just saw what I was talking about Jonathan. And she's like, I think I have a lead for him. And I'm like, yes, let's go. Tracy. Okay.
Sorry, I had to. I couldn't resist. Whenever, like, hey, if you got to promote, someone's got to lead for someone, you know?
Yes, no, but also introducing our fantastic stellar guest that she deserves a long applause. So, Traci Lamb.
Traci Lamb.
Tracy, when you come to this show, you have to be ready for the shenanigans. You know how we'll do.
Oh, I love you guys. You guys are so amazingly awesome. Everybody needs friends like you guys. You guys are just absolutely incredible. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Well,
And yes, I do. It's crazy. In my former life, before this life, I actually owned and ran my own recruiting company. So I helped people to find jobs. And actually, yeah, I might have a lead for Jonathan. So
you're so
Jonathan,
awesome.
connect with me, PM me later, and I will see what I can do. I might have a good client of mine that might be interested in talking to you. So
Do you see why we love this woman already? If you don't know her, this is why we love her because she's amazing. She's a true soul. I remember the first time when I actually got on a call with you, Tracy. It's like I literally, again, there goes me crying, right? I was just like, oh my gosh, where you been? And I was just like, you are just doing so many wonderful things in the world. And we spoke the same language because you and I are literally into the caregiving, world. You come from it in a different aspect. I came from it from the managerial part and administrative, but regardless, it's that whole wholesome approach to caregiving that really united us. And man, I've watched you take off. So why don't you tell individuals about the amazing things that, well, first of all, who is Tracy, what you do, and the amazing things that are going for you right now?
oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate being here today. Thank you, Raki. Yes, she and I connected probably almost a year ago, I think.
Yes.
It was a while ago. And that was actually when I was really starting to get back into my business. I have a history. My background is working with hospice. So I worked with hospice for about 14 years. And I found what I felt like was a gap in the healthcare industry, in that anyone who took care of their moms or their dads or their special needs kids, they didn't have, for lack of a better word, a one-stop shop for them to be able to find resources and find help. And I thought that was kind of crazy. And so back in 2019 is when I started my business. And by 2021, I was getting some pretty good traction. I'm middle child, older sister, younger brother. My older sister died 15 years ago in a car crash. My younger brother died 5 years ago from alcoholism. So in 2021, I was taking care of both of my parents, and both of them started actively declining. So I had to go into full caregiver mode myself for the next 10 months, put my whole business on hold for the next 10 months, and then took care of my dad until he passed. My dad died in February of last year. And my 83-year-old mom still lives with me. So I'm still a caregiver. I'm still walking the journey just with everybody else. And so when my dad died, I found out he was completely broke. He was completely penniless and had absolutely no money. And so my mom came to me. My mom got $5,000 when he died. And she came to me in May of last year, and she said, I want you to go all in with your business and take dad's last $5,000 and go all in. So I prayed that night because I'm a person of faith, and I was like, God, I literally have no backup plan, like none.
Wow.
And so I did. And do you know, over the next 90 days, I became a referring company for the federal government for the state of Florida.
Oh.
I got my first radio show based out of Palm Beach County, Florida. It's on weekly. It's over 150,000 people.
Hey, hello. Hello. Yes.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Major win there. Come on.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
huge.
Oh my goodness.
150,000 listeners on the first radio
Yeah,
episode.
that's on the one radio show. And then I was asked to be on a TV show by Serena Fazan. She's here, a local Emmy Award winner. And so because she heard what I was doing, and she knew while I was there, the TV executives asked what I did. I told them, and I said, there's nothing on TV for anybody who takes care of a loved one at home. And, to me, and this is what I tell people over and over again, caregiving will eventually touch you. You may not know that, but it will. Because whether you have to take care of your mom, your dad, your spouse, your special needs child, as Jordan just said, or a good friend comes to you and says, I need help. Can you please help me? I just got a diagnosis and I need help. Somebody's going to need you. And you're going to need resources. You're going to need to find out about a comfort pillow like Tausi. You're going to need to find out about, a company called Caregiver Smart Solutions that brings you cameras into your home. You're going to find out about all these things. And you don't have time because you're overwhelmed, you're exhausted, and you don't have the time to do all that. And yeah, you could read a million blogs. You could Google for 4 hours, but you can't Google what you don't know exists. And it's like Tausi, or it's like a patented bed sore pillow of a woman that named Gwen Jewell. She has a patented bed sore pillow. People don't know that there's a patented bed sore pillow. So how do you find out about that? You don't. So that's what I created, and we connect people. My service is always completely free to all caregivers worldwide. We are a worldwide organization. It has gone global. And we were able to actually get on TV, which is like amazing and crazy and beyond.
Yes. Oh my God. Again, another applause. Okay. Radio and TV. Listen. Where's the applause? Applause?
So when I was with the TV executives and they asked, I said, well, it's crazy. And so they gave me one season for one show called Caregiving Worldwide. They're a multi-million-dollar organization, CP Communications. So it's professionally produced, edited, and distributed worldwide. And it's on Roku and Hulu and Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Google TV. They have an app, RHS TV. You can download that for free. So anybody anywhere in the world literally can see the show completely for free. And it's gone so well. We've dropped 6 shows. Janice with her Tausi was in my 3rd show. She was actually in my whole 3rd episode. The whole 3rd episode is about Tausi, yes. And so if anybody ever wants to see about Tausi and know about Tausi even more and see the beautiful Janice, then they can watch episode number 3. But you can go on there and you can find out about products that can help you. And you can watch the show and you can actually get information. And that's my goal. I want to help companies to grow and get their target audience, but I want to be able to help the caregivers too.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you hit it right there. It's like caregivers are honestly some of the backbones of the country. Just imagine, I think of this, right? I got out of the corporate world last year, and my day job was being an administrator or a coordinator for individuals with disabilities for the state. So I worked under the umbrella of Medicaid. But at the end of the day, I was connecting individuals with resources, but I would see so many elderly go without anybody who they had to actually maneuver or guide them through all these services, right? And connect them. So it was really sad. But now to think about there's an 11-year span of baby boomers who are turning 65
Yeah.
every single day.
Oh
Think
yeah.
about that for a second. Do you know how many of them we're going to need these types of services, and we lack the education to actually take care of them? I mean,
Oh yeah.
gosh,
Absolutely. And that's what people don't understand is, and I have to be honest, truthfully, I didn't understand how difficult caregiving was until I got in it. I had talked to caregivers for over 13 years at hospice. I was a manager there. I had to talk to patient families every single day. So I knew the difficulties. But when I got in it, it became something completely different. You get immersed in it, and it is so, so difficult. And people don't understand that and it changes on a dime. I mean, my parents literally went from both being okay, they were in their mid to late 70s, and they were both like able to go out to grocery store, able to go to restaurants, all that stuff. And all of a sudden, literally in like 24 hours, they both just completely started actively declining. And
yes.
when you're all of a sudden thrown into that, you have no idea what to do. And you get completely overwhelmed. And there are tons of people out there just like that. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't happen just in America. It happens everywhere. And that's why I
Yes.
wanted to get a TV show, because I was like, we have to be able to reach everybody. We can't just reach, people that are in Florida. I'm in Florida. We can't just reach people in Florida. We got to reach people everywhere.
Yes, and I'm glad that you brought that up. That your effort is global, just because this happens to everybody in every single country. It doesn't matter, from the richest to the poorest. We all have to go through this, and so I know Mr. Dale Rodriguez mentioned there, if that there's something similar there in the UK that is happening as well. How are we going to support our elderly, and our frail, and the individuals with disabilities? We need to become as caregivers. There's usually one or two individuals in a family that tasks is thrown on, right? And we have to equip ourselves with the best tools that we can, and I don't mean tools, physical tools, but educational tools, materials, resources, in order to serve our elderly and our individuals with disabilities the best that we can, to help them have an age in place, or just a better quality of life, because that is one of my main things. I've always worried that their quality of life in their last few days, last few years of their life, it wasn't the best because they didn't have the best services available. So I always wanted to connect them with the best that they could get. And one of the best that they can get in as far as resources for caregivers is you and what you've developed. So my gosh, I commend you. I was just like, I applaud you, because it's like one thing over the next in the span of a year, Traci. How have you done it?
Yeah, it's been amazing to me that how everything has happened. Honestly, I did not anticipate this growing at all. The amazing thing has been that there's such a need. I mean, companies are wanting to grow quickly because they realize the boomers are coming in and there's so many more people coming into this space. And then the caregivers are just desperate for information. I mean,
Hmm.
they really are. Apparently, there's a question about what was my feeling about how CNAs were treated during the pandemic.
Yes.
The pandemic, COVID was really an interesting thing, and I've told more than one person about this. Uh, Obviously, it was a horrible thing because so many people lost their lives and so many got sick, and really, it was a terrible thing. But I will say this: in the healthcare industry, a lot of really good things came out of COVID, because unfortunately, a light was shown on a lot of really bad things. Like nursing homes. Nursing homes had a lot of really difficult things that were happening. And so it ended up making it to where, you didn't have you didn't people a lot of people didn't know about it. Okay, a lot of people didn't know about all those problems, and then all of a sudden COVID came, and it was like, oh my word, we can't, this is all going on. And so it ended up shining a light on that. So now a lot of those problems are being addressed, which is great. A lot of great technology has come into play because of COVID. Fantastic technology has come into play. And I really think the reality is that good things came out of it, and even telehealth visits. Telehealth visits were not even being done before COVID, and there was a lot of red tape to get those done. And so all of that was cut through very quickly when COVID came. And so it ended up being some good things that came out of it. I don't know per se about how CNAs were necessarily treated in the pandemic. I know CNAs, in my estimation, have never really gotten as much kudos as they should get.
Yeah, that's true.
They really, really don't. I mean, they have like the worst job, honestly, and they don't get typically paid for what they do.
Yes, and yes, and yes. I'm going to say that yes, because I was a CNA and I remember, my desire to actually help as much as I could. I just didn't know how. I thought being a doctor would be like the best thing, right, to help people, but
Yes.
it didn't go that route, obviously. But just being a CNA, being just a caregiver, being in the basic, like getting my hands dirty, for the lack of better terms,
Yeah.
really taught me the value of what women and men do day in and day out for our elderly.
Yeah.
In the 10 years, 13 years, let's say, that I was as a home health manager, I learned so much. And most of them, the situations that they're placed in, are not the best. And what we had to endure too,
Yeah.
whether it was from insurance company, whether it was from facilities, it was not fair. So, we could talk about that in another whole
Oh
show.
my word. Yes, that would be another 2-hour show. Absolutely. Well, and I
Um,
will say this, one of the reasons I started my company too, one of the things that you said was education. There's a lot of lack of education out there. And again, I had the same lack of education before I started working with hospice. You know, a lot of people feel like hospice, for example, that you don't call in hospice until like 3 days before somebody dies. Okay. And I thought the same thing. And my dad was under hospice care for 2.5 years. And people hear that and they're like, how can that be? And the reality is that as long as a person has a terminal illness, like Alzheimer's or dementia or congestive heart failure or COPD, those are all terminal illnesses. So you can actually get under hospice care, and hospice can actually help you in a lot of ways. I remember when I went to my dad and I told my dad I was going to have a hospice nurse come out and evaluate him. He goes, Trace, I'm not dying. And I'm like, I know, Dad. So it was really, really super interesting. And I love what Jordan is doing. Right before we got on screen and I met her for the first time and I got to hear a little bit about her story, I told her, I've been very blessed. The TV studio, our show has gone so well. It's grown 895% from episode 1 to episode 6. That they've given me an entire network now. We're going to have an entire caregiving worldwide network of TV shows, which is amazing. And so I told Jordan before the show that I would love to put her show under my network so that
oh
way
my gosh, yes.
we could, because it's caregiving just in a different way. And I didn't create it just for elders. I created it for special needs children and everything. So I would absolutely love to be able to have her on the network. So she and I are going to connect later and pull in my TV company and see if we can make that happen.
Oh my gosh, do we
I
want to
love
bring
that.
her up and just celebrate together? I'm all about celebrating.
We can do. Okay, fine. We're pulling it back up. Yay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh, the beauty of introductions, the beauty of connections, and the beauty of collaboration. Okay, if you don't have an example, there you have a prime example. They just met backstage. They didn't know anything about each other. They chatted for 5 minutes. They're like, we got this. We're going to do this together. And look at this. That's the beauty of this community, y'all. And when you rally around with great intentions, and when you lead with the heart, the rest will follow. So, oh my gosh, I love this. I love this. Traci, gosh, I don't even know what to say. It's just so much to cover. We already said how people can find you, right? They can go to your profile and then Smart Caregiving, right?
Hello.
Yeah, they can go to my profile. They can go to Smart Caregiving. They can if they want to see the show, like I say, they can just go to rhstv.com or go to the app, RHS TV app, or they can go to Roku, Hulu, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Google TV, and just download the RHS TV channel and look for Caregiving Worldwide. But yeah, it's going to be super exciting. I would love to have Jordan and her show. I think that would be absolutely positively amazing. And Janice, just so that you know, and I'm letting even a little bit of the cat out of the bag. I'm not sure. We're in the process of working with Janice. Janice actually has done a TV show with Mirador and is in the process of finishing that. And I'm talking to her about putting that on my network as well. So yes, we have all kinds of wonderful collaborations going on. It's absolutely fabulous. And
Yes.
the goal is just to be able to help people. We just want to be able to get the word out and help people. Everybody that's in this space, whether it's Jordan or me or any of you guys, we all have a heart. And Raquel, I completely understand. Everybody that knows me knows I cry like at the drop of a hat. I mean, I'm like the world's biggest crier, so I'm surprised I haven't cried today.
Girl, don't make, if you cry, I'm a cry. Oh my God.
I'm like the world's biggest crier, but it's true when you talk about something that you're so passionate about, and when you really love people, and you love helping people, again, whether it's in companies or whether it's caregivers or whatever it may be, or special needs children. I have epilepsy, so I'm an epileptic, and so I guess people would consider it that I have a disability as well. So there are definitely all of us out there that have issues, but you have to be able to. We all have to collaborate together. We all have to work together, and if we can all be kind to each other, the world can be just such a better place.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Amen, Traci.
I know Syya wants to say something. I can see her.
No, I mean, no, here's the deal, guys. Like everything that we're talking about has multiple layers, right? It's not just a, black or white situation or issue, right? It's simply, there's so many, to quote Jody Lamb, if I may bring up another hound, not related to you, Traci, which I think is hilarious. But it is the shades of gray, right?
Yep.
Caregiving and that whole industry are so many different layers and levels
Yes.
of commitment, first off,
Yep.
and types of people that would need to either give or receive that level of
Yep.
caregiving. And that's why I'm so fascinated because, unfortunately, my father passed away last year and, he was 89 years old. I mean, he had lived a good life, but I got to tell you, I knew nothing about any of this stuff. And for you to put a show up, and, Jordan, for you to put this together, for Kelly and friends, I have a cousin that's also, I don't even know what the words are anymore. He's mentally disabled, right? Like, I don't know how to put it. And he's also aging. We've got an aging population post-pandemic, right? And I saw a comment on there, and I'm not interested in talking about the politics of the healthcare system and COVID, but I will say this much. What it has taught us is the fact that we do have to rely on ourselves in times of crisis. No matter what healthcare system is up and out there,
Yes.
we still need to pull in our part and understand where we can be effective for our part. And that's why with what you're doing, I got to tell you, Traci, I'm just in absolute awe and full of respect. So thank you.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you so much. I'm really super excited about the future, and just even talking about collaboration even further, I will just go ahead and mention this even further. I have talked to Syya and Brilliant Beam about doing a LinkedIn Live. And so we are going to be doing a LinkedIn Live that's going to start at the end of May. And we're going to be doing a LinkedIn Live like every 2 weeks. And so people can be able to tune in and learn more and ask questions and do all those kinds of wonderful things. I know there are tons of questions about caregiving and about finding resources and all those kinds of wonderful things. So I would love to be able to help in any way possible. My goal is just to create knowledge. Knowledge is where we can help each other, by connecting with people. So
Yes,
that is
absolutely.
the goal.
Absolutely.
I'm super
No,
excited.
I completely, like with that, For me, education is at the base of everything. That is one of the reasons why, I continuously learn every single day what can be done, what can we do to help one another. And so we have to do our due diligence, to be honest with you, in this realm of caregiving, healthcare for our elderly, and for those who really need us, for those who don't have a voice, for those who are silent. That's just the way I see it. We have to become their advocates, and that's what really gets me up every single day, and continue passionately work for those. And I know you and I have talked about this, so I know you feel the same way. So
Yes.
I'm just repeating. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like
Well, and it is true. The reality is that there are so many people that need help, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't like to ask for help. I know I'm a very I've had to become especially a very independent person. I got divorced. I have no kids. My siblings are gone, so I've had to become a very, very independent person. And so asking for help, it's like not in my scope. It's very difficult for me, and so I know more than one of the hounds here. I will mention Syya, I'll mention Janice, I'll even mention Mike and Raquel. I mean, several have come to me and be like, okay, Trace, you really need to just get some help here. And it's true, and it doesn't mean just only in business, but in personal as well. You really have to be able to say, okay, step back. I know that I'm trying to be strong here, but I really do have to sometimes need help. And
mm,
so that is very
Tracy, I always like to say you have to know enough to know when you don't know everything.
amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen.
ooh,
Amen.
girl.
That's a very, very good
I
thing.
was gonna ask for golden nuggets, but she dropped it early. Okay.
He
Oh
did.
my goodness. Well, see, I know gosh, ladies, I just wish this program went longer, but for the sake of time, and I respect everyone's time. Any just golden nuggets besides the one that Jordan just dropped, that you could leave people like with a message of really instilling in them, hey, we have to do our due diligence, like get informed, be prepared. And there's that preparation, it's so broad, right? But
Yes.
with what we're talking about for our elderly and for caregiving, what would you say, Tracy?
I think my golden nugget that I typically leave with people that I really want people to understand is whether you realize it or not, you really do need to plan. Just think about who you have in your life that one day you may end up having to care for. Whether, like I say, it's a spouse, it's a parent, it's a special needs child, whatever it may be, because it will turn on a dime, and then you're going to be all of a sudden in very deep water, and you are not going to know what to do, and you are going to be absolutely completely overwhelmed. And so plan. If you will plan, it will make it easier. It won't make it to where it won't be difficult, because it will be difficult, but it will make it easier. And then call us. It's a free phone call. You can call us as many times as you want. You can call 5 times a day. I mean, it doesn't matter. All you got to do is just call us, email us. It's completely free, any time of day, anybody in the world. All you have to do is call us or email us and just let us know, and let us do the work for you. Okay. And tune into the TV show, learn about some of these new fantastic products. There are some amazing things out there that you never knew existed. I never knew existed. That's why I love what I do. I get to hear all the backstories of why these wonderful people like Janice created Traci, and I get to hear why she did that. And then I get to know and understand why it's so needed. And so those are wonderful things to do. But I would definitely say plan.
Absolutely. And prepare, plan, all the P's, right? We have to make sure that we do that, because we're doing our due diligence, and it's important. We remember that whether it's a child or somebody who is facing some challenges, whether they're intellectual, mental, or physical, or the elderly, we are responsible for making decisions for them. So what best than become educated, become informed, and really tap into the resources that are out there. The help is out there. We just need to, be connected with it. You need to become educated in that. Jordan, any party nuggets besides
Yeah.
you just left me speechless?
It's funny you said the two P's, right? Prepare and plan. Let's do PPE. Everyone thinks it means something else, but let's say prepare, plan, and educate. Because one thing that we're trying to do with the show is make sure that kids are educated on these conditions or differences that people have, so that when they experience them in real life, it's not so different. And I think a big part of education doesn't just mean research. It doesn't just mean Googling things, but it means being a part of your community as well, and actively reaching out to people who are different. Maybe you have a neighbor who you've never talked to before. He or she is in a wheelchair, or maybe you have a coworker who has a child. A lot of times it's as simple as saying, hey, how are you doing? What can I do for you? And just forming that community, because we live in a digital age where everyone is behind their phone all the time. And right now there's probably even people watching this live stream from behind their phone. And you forget that just simply right outside of your door is a community that is longing to be connected with. And you would realize once you're involved in your community, how much you yourself, that was something that you needed for your soul. And so I would say, your PPE, the educate is definitely, being a part of your community and getting involved in the lives of just people who need you, honestly.
Absolutely. Well, I think we found our next host, Syya.
No
Don't
kidding,
you
right?
think? No, I'd be like, yeah, okay. So next week, take over my show, okay? Please, Jordan.
I'm not opposed to it. Actually, guys, if you guys are open
I'm
to next
offering
week,
it.
because here's the deal. Like for me, like I said, like I'm a person of a certain age. I don't know half the stuff, the documents, just the minor details of just nuances, right? Like Brian Sagway, Dr. Brian Sagway is like, you got to take care of yourself. You got to eat well. You got to sleep well. You got to do all this stuff, right? And with other hounds, like, Stephanie Delfonso, you've got to get yourself fixed right with your anxiety and addressing all that. And then on top of that, there's actual physical work, just the pure picking up your mom and dad and cousin and brother, whatever, right? And just moving them around. What are the best ways of cleaning? How do you move them and rotate? The importance of rotating. I mean, God, you don't think about things like this, right? I mean, you guys, if you are up for it, I'm up for it. But I do want to mention this one more time because someone had asked. So,
Yes,
Traci,
yes.
channel to find you, beautifuls.
Oh, okay. So channel, it's rhstv.com. Or if you want to go to the actual channel, it's Roku, Hulu, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or Google TV. And you just have to add the channel RHSTV. That stands for Red House Streaming TV. And if you have a question, just PM me on LinkedIn, and I will be more than happy to walk you through it or take you through it, or I will be more than happy to talk to you. If anybody has a company that they would like to have featured on my show, like Janice and Tausi, please feel free to message me as well. I would love to feature you on my show. It's been absolutely amazing. Syya and Raki, you are absolutely awesome and brilliant as always. Jordan, it was been such a pleasure to meet you. I am so excited to be able to work with you.
I'm so excited to meet you too.
I think we can do some amazing things together. I am a huge believer, as most anybody who knows me will tell you, in collaboration. I think collaboration is what makes the world go round.
Oh yeah.
So
the magical sauce.
is the secret sauce, as Mike would say, for sure.
Yes. Well, ladies, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for coming. Saturdays, I know sometimes it's pretty hard for people to make time, but thank you so much for making time to actually deliver and inform, educate the masses as important. So hang in the background, everybody. Say thank you so much to Jordan and Traci. I'll be with you guys in a little bit towards the end of the show. Let me close it out with Miss Syya here. Oh Lord, child, that close up.
I know.
I was like,
I couldn't mess
whoa.
around with it. Sally.
No, that's okay. Woo! Like I am just so I don't even know what to say. It felt like the show was so fast paced and just loaded. And I hope that everybody was taking notes. I really do hope you were there, really engaged in learning. I hope you asked questions. And if you feel like you left something out, please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of us who were here on the show. You are always just super amazing, man. I cannot even like I'm lost for words right now.
I'm
I really
You know what it is when we have the opportunity to give really freely, right? Whether it's give of your time, give if you have any financial capabilities, giving of your network. I mean, I saw Stephen Ang saying like, Jordan, I need you to talk to so and so. Jonathan, like, hey, and John Ballard, I know you're looking. You guys, there are a lot of people here in our primary, secondary, and tertiary networks that I think there's opportunity for everybody to really grow together. As everyone knows, all ships rise with the tide.
As beautifully as Miss Syya says it. So I just wanted to give men. I didn't even give the shout outs today. I was just like, oh my gosh, we've been so busy. But I wanted to give a shout out to a couple individuals who I did see in the comments. Randy House, my OG. Thank you so much for stopping by. Dean LeBay, I saw you earlier in another show as well. So how are you? I saw Janice in the messages. Our own Mike Ashabana. Love you. You know me. You're watching that Kentucky Derby today, aren't you?
Derby already ran, I thought. No?
Yeah, he was watching it earlier, I think. He was like, I gotta go. I gotta watch the Derby. I was like, yeah, you go watch that Derby. I was just like, we're talking business. And he's like, I gotta go watch the Derby. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
One
well,
day.
you know what? I might be inspired for a mint julep. Sounds so good right now.
Oh my gosh, y'all. But anyways, I saw Constance sis. Thank you so much for stopping by. I saw so many of y'all. Stephen Ing, thank you for stopping. Susanna Dawn. So many of our hounds are just lovely. Shout out to everyone. You guys are what really like make the beat of this heart of this community. I just made that up. Huh. There you
Beat of the
go.
heart. Well, now you're making me sing a song. Who was
Sing
it?
a song.
You can actually hit the note, though. That's the thing.
Oh my gosh, yo. But anyhow, any parting words from you? Gig'em. Yes, Gig'em.
Oh, geez. Okay. In your honor, let me go ahead and pull it up. Gig'em. There you go.
Okay, so if y'all don't know about me, I went to Texas A&M University. Hey, whoop. Okay, hey, I have to do that. You're like, this lady's crazy, but no, it is not a cult. It's
Yeah.
just passion. It is passion, okay? Let me tell you, when I visited the campus when I was in high school, I
Yes.
was like, this is where I'm coming. I was in the bus and I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to Houston. It's like an hour and a half away from here, right? But I just became sold on the whole idea. And plus, I got a full ride. Who's going to say no to that?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I was like, yes, okay. Hey, Janice, she had a special offer.
Oh, you
No?
want to pull it back up? Okay, I was trying to be discreet.
Yes.
Yay, thank you, Janice, for offering promo code, everyone. You got to buy. Honestly, you guys, I mean, I'm not doing a great job showing it off because my big body's in the way, but you guys,
Big body. Yeah.
it is such good lumbar support for me. I like it
Yes.
for lumbar support. But I do know I would use it when I travel. Like I would absolutely put my head back there. So definitely check it out, you guys. And of course,
Yes.
anyone with aging parents, seriously, guys, check it out.
Yes.
It is so critical. It's helpful.
Yes, absolutely. So people take advantage of that. And then there's no discreet shame. There's no shameless plug. Janice has that ground. She can come anytime she wants.
Yeah.
Tazi is amazing. Janice, we love you. Thank you so much for offering that discount code and sharing the goodies. So, but anyhow, I don't really like, I just, my brain is like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm just taken aback by the wonderfulness that this community has and just people overall. But I wanted to invite you next weekend. Next Saturday is going to be very interesting. Definitely don't want to miss it. Okay. You definitely don't want to miss the Rockies Connection Corner next weekend. So I will definitely be putting out that event soon. Thank you so much for everyone in the comments. Please take time to connect with one another, message one another, really, really be intent, like with intent, not just
No
to
spam. We don't like spam.
please, because I will reach in there.
I mean, I like to eat spam. I do not need to read spam.
Yes, please. Oh, girl, I've been blocking so many people today. Anyways,
You get some weird. Okay.
oh,
Maybe
child.
that'll be a future episode too. Okay.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh, yes, that will be a concoction of that summation of all of them. I don't know. It will be laugh. Let's laugh and giggle at those. Anyhow, I love you guys. Thank you so much again. And remember, I always like to leave you with this: love, be kind, and always, always, always lead with your heart. The rest will come. You're one connection away from changing your life in a positive way. I love you. Thank you. Walk in gratitude. Until next time, y'all. Ciao. Thanks for joining us, and I hope our chat inspired you to make a new connection. Please like and subscribe, and let's build a great community in our little corner where we get serious business done by injecting fun. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, come back to Raquel's Connection Corner.